morning. Good morning. Oh, I'm having deja vu and amnesia all at the same time. I've forgotten this before. I'm just testing to see if your brains are frozen or like mine or awake. So why don't we do something like move our hands around like this. Like
break off.
Let's just test that theory. See if that works. Okay, now I want you to take a deep breath and take your 2 fingers, or 2 hands, whole hand, doesn't matter, and put it in front of your mouth, purse your lips, and blow a big kiss to Nelson Mandela.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I'm a disgrace to Canadians, I was telling people this morning. I cannot take the cold anymore. I really love the snow though. And saying that, I'm remembering when I was 19 years old, a Christmas when I was 19 years old, still at home. And my parents placed a large present under the tree. And it was the largest one there. And lo and behold, it had my name on it. They put it there weeks before the 25th. So I had the wonderful, torturous process of trying to figure out what was in there. And after a while, I convinced myself that it was a trick, that there was really a smaller box that was wrapped inside the big box, because that's what people were doing anyway. They were trying to trick me. They love to trick me. And eventually, during this time, imagination, or us consciousness, got a hold of me even more, and I was thinking that I know what it is. It's a trip to Hawaii. That's what it is. It's a trip to Hawaii. That's what they did. They're really trying to pull it on me, and I was hoping that also someone would give me some luggage and some spending money to take on this trip to Hawaii that I was convinced I was going to get. And I would touch the box every so often, thinking maybe I could just kind of be a medium and a psychic feeling for that. And I would look at my mother and say, is it animal, mineral, vegetable? Give me what's the first letter? And she just wouldn't, nothing would pass by her lips. She wouldn't give me any kind of hint. So 7:15 a.m. Christmas morning, we're all up and we're having coffee and we're having tea and we're handing our presents out to each other. And then the big box is presented to me. And I took my time, which drove everyone crazy. And I thought, I'm going to savor this experience. And when I got down to the outside of the inside box, I thought, wow, they really went to town on this trick, because there's like industrial staples in this box that were really big, and there's a shiny outside. And then I went, yikes, it's a weird little known brand name vacuum cleaner. My face really just dropped. And I said, no, this can't possibly be true. It can't possibly be true. My family were in stitches. They thought this was the most hysterical thing they'd ever seen. I didn't know what to do with myself. My mouth was open, and all I could say was, a vacuum cleaner? Really? And that is really the truth. That's what I got, a vacuum cleaner. This sucked up all the beach sand in my imagination. So years later, when I recovered, and many realizations later, I find myself, I'm laughing at how I was duped, and saw what the true gift was beyond the vacuum cleaner, which was the fact that my family and I had a really nice morning and had a laugh together. And that was a really special moment. So, as I keep learning, I find gifts that life has to offer me. And I learn to be grateful for all of those gifts, no matter what they are. One is not worrying about having something or some trait that somebody else has and that I think I don't have. And sort of learning to enjoy what is unique to me. Another one is a big gift of growing in understanding and perception embodying the traits that I did overlook and missed in trying to be something or someone else. Something as simple as seeing how fortunate I am to have 2 fully functioning nostrils. Like every body part deserves equal time here. And you know, when you can't breathe and you finally then can, you really realize what a gift taking a deep breath really is. It also brought me to understand that every human being has their own needed, necessary gifts. Each and every one of us. So I'm going to pose this question to you. What are your gifts? What are your gifts? And you don't have to answer right now. You don't even have to know right away, but you may want to hang out with the question for a while. It's an assignment, and sometime in the unforeseeable future we'll get back to it. But you can sit with what your gifts are. And if you don't think you have any gifts or you got shortchanged on the way into this world, here's the most obvious one. You are here and you have a life. And you have all the experiences that come with that life. You have a body, which is a miraculous feat of engineering and a masterpiece of artwork as well. You realize, I guess it was Stanford University, and I might have some of my facts screwed up here, but it was 5 or 6 years it took for them to get a robot to pour water smoothly into a glass. 5 or 6 years just to get that motion that we just don't even think about anymore. It's successful. It was considered a success, and they're going for 5 or 6 more years to do some of that kind of work. And you know, there's a lot of benefits to robotics. Especially some of the robots that can do the vacuum cleaning for you. That's what I look forward to. I was going to end my talk now with a little poem to remind you of your magnificence. You can close your eyes, you can keep them open, it doesn't matter. It's called The Alchemist. And it was written by Natasha Bruckner. And it is called The Alchemist. And it is, the miracle is in the capacity of your eyes to distinguish an ordinary tree from a sun-crowned, gently nodding cathedral. To realize a faucet is a dispensary of wet, braided light. To regard your own left hand as an astonishing feat of animation. The alchemist who changes a rabid, gnashing world into unstoppable, tender music is none other than you. You are the gift. Peace, love, and ole. And so it is.